Hooked up by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, who's taking the stand?
Well, it is me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you are.
So let's see. It's time to play Plead the Fifth. It's where you get to learn about us, and today is my turn. So they get to ask me 3 questions, and I get 1 pass, and I only get 1, and I got to do 3 from the audience too.
And your text is shut down over there, right?
Text is
Come on
shut
now.
down.
Check it,
it's
Mark.
shut down.
He's not
but
looking at it.
Yeah,
All right.
He's good. It's on the.
Okay. All right.
It's on the promo suite. So.
Okay.
All right. So, Davy, you are first in the clockwise rule.
Okay, Orlando. We hear you do a lot of endorsements from Gold and Diamond Source, I believe Spectrum Business. You had McDonald's for a really long time. I want to know about an endorsement that was offered to you that for one reason or another you just didn't want to take.
Oh, an endorsement that
Something you just didn't want to promote.
You don't want me to? You don't want me to say the business?
No, or you could just kind of glance over.
I mean,
it.
Or you could plead the fifth.
That's always an option too.
Yes.
I don't want to use that already. Let's see. There been a few things that have been offered to me, like health wise, like stuff like like whether it was like medicine or something or some sort of kind of supplement or whatever. And I'm never really down with that because I do think we got a power of persuasion, like with people. Like when I did the Eat Right thing, I just did it, and then people saw it and was like, yo, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? And so they were interested. That's much better, but I never want to do a health thing where somebody can get hurt or somebody could take some sort of supplement and something happen, and then they're like, I took it because Orlando said so.
Well, you can get sued that way.
Well, no, I mean, the companies can get sued, but
Yeah.
I don't, not me as a agent. Just as an endorser, it would be they would go after the company. They wouldn't go after the middleman. But I just don't like the fact that people would be able to tie me to it, and my influence would make somebody end up getting it hurt. So,
Yeah.
so you'll never really hear me do a medical thing. That's just something I've never
Okay.
done.
Well, it's good.
Yeah, but they offer a lot,
Yeah.
especially when the magic pills start coming out. Oh my God! Every magic pill, they always email me something like, "Hey, we got this pill that does this, and we got this pill that does this." I'm like, "Well, you can keep them pills."
Yeah.
Nah, player. All right, you're next.
Okay. All things equal with Mark and Davy.
Oh God.
All things equal meaning if they're both single. Who do you think, if they went out, like has the most game in here? Who can pull the most chicks? Who do you think has the better game? I want to know.
I mean, it's why you gonna make me do that?
Oh, I'm making you.
Just out of them two.
Just out of them two.
Who got the most game?
Yeah, single, going out.
Well, to me, game is not just sealing a deal, but it's kind of how you get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Mark does big numbers, and Davy in his heyday did big numbers. He's in a relationship now.
But say they're single right now and
Right.
they went out.
That's what I'm saying though. Like when I remember when Davy's been at the dumpster. That's his story.
Oh my God! I'll never live that down.
He's never gonna live down hooking up at a dumpster.
It is my favorite story.
But then again, I mean, Miller Lite Mike over here got many of them stories that we all hear about all the time. So I would say out of game, I would have to give it to Davy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Game recognized game. That's what it is.
Bad game, recognized game. That's what it is. So we got both of you.
I'd have to give it to Davy as far as game, because I think he could finesse it a little bit better. You don't try and finesse it.
I don't need to finesse it. That's where the game is.
See how defensive you got?
True game.
Mark is mad.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Mark get mad when he ain't the
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
Like, all right, okay, all right. That's yeah.
Well, thank you for answering my question.
Well, I don't like your questions. I hate your questions. All right, you're next up, Mark.
So Orlando, I've been sitting on this one. It's kind of a clouded question, and I hope you'll be able to answer it. You are in a position of management here, and you have been for many years. That means you've known when people are about to be let go or fired.
Sometimes,
Right.
yeah.
Tell us about a time and who it was, if you can, because it's already happened, so whatever.
Yeah.
That you knew somebody was getting fired that was close to you,
Oh, no.
and you had to hold back and be around them while you knew what was going to go down, and how hard was it?
Oh, man.
So what's the question? I mean, I know the gist of it, but you're asking me the person's name?
Yeah.
Ah.
And since, if they don't work anymore, it really doesn't matter, right?
I'm sure there's a long list.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a list. I mean, most people who have gotten okay. All right. Okay. All right. One.
Ooh. Do you want to plead the fifth?
I like this question.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. All right. There was one case where.
What was the name?
I mean, it's not bad, but it's like I remember. Okay, so Greg, third leg Greg. We know Greg. Greg is the host extraordinaire of everything. All things Lightning, all things USF Bulls. I mean, if you got, some flip cup going on at the house, he'll come by and moderate. And he was kind of like that's the space that I've always known Greg to be in. But Greg was one of the original guys here at Wild, and Greg started to grow up. And, you to stay a while, you got to stay immature. That's how Davy's been here so long. And he started to grow up and kind of graduate into his, business structure and getting ready to move into that space. And I remember that I was thinking of making a change with him on the air. And plus because I knew that he had these other things that he was getting ready to roll into. And I remember we were at a convention, and I knew his family very well.
Oh.
So I'm like, and so Pat Riley, this is that story that I always tell y'all about Pat Riley. Pat Riley was speaking to us, like our manager meeting, and he was taking questions. And I said, Coach, how is it that you can go into somebody's like living room or somebody's house and tell their parents like, yo, I'm going to make your child a star. We need him and whatever. And I'm like, you do all these things to get him on the team, and then you cut him. I was like, don't you feel some type of way about that? And he said, you got to write this down because you're going to screw it up. He said, the thing that is the thing has to remain the thing. He's like, I was brought here to the Miami Heat not to make great men like a Tony Dungy or like a big time coach like Red Auerbach. He's like, I was brought here for a championship. So anything that I do has to get me towards that championship. And he's like, and when it doesn't work, I got to cut him and I got to feel, hey,
just business.
I'm still trying to do what I was brought here to do. The thing that is the thing has to remain the thing. And he's like, so you can't never tell somebody that, that's pulling you off your square that you got to stick with them just out of some beholden, kind of thing. And me not having him stay with us was the best thing for him because now, I mean, he's got a shelf life. He could be doing what he's doing forever. He could be the next Gene Deckerhoff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, big shout out to 3LG. Always fam. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
I have one from Rob out of the 407. He says, Orlando, you tend to choose your words very wisely. Like you explain things very well to people in an effort to avoid misunderstandings and confrontation. That being said, what was the harshest thing you think you've ever said to someone and why? And do you regret it?
The harshest thing. I mean, I know there was one recent one that I had, and I won't say the charity, but I will say that I was asked to join a charity's board, and I was just kind of hesitant because I don't have a lot of time, and so I told them no, and they were like, no, but you can just join like just in name because I think having you there would get a little movement or whatever. And so they asked me to go to lunch, and I'm like, yo, I just wanted to say no. I didn't want to be involved in it at all. But I went to the lunch, and the person was just telling me, I need your help because my board is this and my board is that, and they don't do this and they don't do that. And it was just a constant like gripe fest about what they had going on.
Wow.
And something just told me just to be one. And I told her, I said, it was an older lady, and I was like, listen, I'm going to be what we call 100 with you and be 100% honest. And I'm like, you sound like you on the Titanic asking people to get on board.
Yeah.
I'm like, because you've just told me like for 30 minutes how this is the worst thing ever. I'm like, who would want to come into a burning building? Like,
Right.
you really made this sound bad. And she started crying
Oh, no.
at
Oh,
the
Lord.
lunch. And so
Oh.
like the waitress came up to like get like the check on the order or whatever
Yeah.
and saw her crying and looked at me like,
What'd you do?
Right, because I'm like, I swear it's not me.
Yeah.
But I was just, she was like, no, I get it. I got to work on not saying so much. So I basically lost you. I'm like, I didn't want to when I came to the lunch, but I'm like, I really think that you made it easier for me to say no, because sounds like you got some drama.
Told me all
on.
the dirt.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that was where I said too much. I should have just kind of fell back a little bit.
Well, I got one for you.
Okay.
Okay. Orlando, what is your opinion of Davy's rap album?
I have a rap album.
You did.
He has a rap album.
Young Skrilla?
The original.
Yeah, it was,
Davy.
Davy's rap career.
Okay, his rap career.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone texted that in, and honestly, we all want to know.
Have you ever heard it?
I mean, I have, because you gave a copy to Brewster.
Did I?
When you first got, I think she got somebody got a hold of it or something. I mean,
Stop it. Dude, be honest, Orlando.
What do you mean?
All right.
Mark's calling you out.
Yeah.
Try and do.
All right. Okay.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's like that.
It's like that, Davy.
I mean, because Davy is in a great space where he is, introducing the records.
Yes.
And making other things behind the scenes. He's getting his calendar on. He's putting artists
And it
together
led him
and
here.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
God bless the broken road.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, the last one is somebody who's been holding for a while. His name is Chris.
Yeah.
Chris is on the line.
All right, Chris, you got a question?
Hey, what's up, Orlando? Yeah, I know you've been in the Tampa area for a long time, and I was just wondering what local news people you think does the best job, and which ones you think does the worst job.
Ooh.
Hey.
Wait, what local news person?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Best and worst.
The best.
Bet
and
you
the
wish you
worst.
had that plead.
Did you want to tell us how bad Davy's rap album was now?
Wow. All right. Who's the best and who's the worst? Man, and I gotta answer.
Yeah, you
it.
do.
Damn.
I could help you, but I think I'll just sit back.
Twisting in the wind. Okay. I don't really know who's still. Okay.
Oh, you
all right.
do.
So I think I think the best out of everybody in the Bay Area. Well, it's a twofer because they're together, and I count them together. I think Jameson Euler and Wendy Ryan are the best.
All right.
Plus, I got this big crush on Wendy Ryan.
You do. You've always had a crush
I've
on
always
her.
had a crush on her because I think she's very Katie Couricus. Like, she could do a whole bunch of different things, but plus she's a fashionista. Like, she's fire. But I have a bunch of them that I love. Now, the worst?
Some people that maybe don't mess with us.
The worst, I got to say, I don't know. I don't know.
That's hard to answer.
Yeah, you do.
The worst. Because,
Ooh.
Can you please?
We like
twice?
watching you squirm.
Oh, man.
This is good.
Like, the worst, I'm trying to think who is, because I have, honestly, anybody that's on 10, because I have no idea who those people are. Like, because honestly, like, I watched, they keep changing it like every 5 minutes. They're like, they got the disco ball one day, they got so-and-so, and it's just random people on there. I'm like, these people look like they walk by me in the hallway. Like, I have no idea who these people are. So I would have to say on Tampa Bay is 10.
Rotating door.
Like, we could walk in there and do the news. I don't know any of the people on there. So I think, anybody at 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I
You
would say.
answered it.
Good job.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. No, I don't even want to do a boomerang. Y'all didn't ask me anything I want to know about y'all.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? We're like,
What
who
did we
got
think about?
game?
What do we
Like-
think about Davy's rap album?
Y'all did not listen to Davy's rap album.
I'm using
Stop
it as a coaster these days.
But I will say, because Davy just put out, you know what? We will boomerang this because Davy just put out a single.
Yeah.
His new single, Bottle Girl.
Yeah.
What did y'all think of his song,
Okay.
Bottle Girl.
Okay. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was great. I could definitely hear it in the club. I mean, I genuinely liked it. I thought it was
Okay.
good. And by the way, I knew the background. He would come in here and be all excited about it and going into the studio with everybody. So that got me more excited about the song.
And just for clarity, I'm not rapping on it. It's Tom G, it's Tampa Tony, and Young Dread.
Exactly.
I produced it.
So is
Yes.
that why it's better? Because he wasn't rapping? He is in the Khaled position back then. Like, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean, it doesn't deserve to be on the radio in rotation. Which I mean, look, I'm being honest. I don't lie. I mean, you know, it's not like a radio banger, but it's good
Well,
and
I mean,
it's better than anything I've done. So good job.
You've
Well,
done some
Davy,
stuff?
since it's a boomerang, you have to answer too. Is it a radio banger? And what do you think of the single?
I will say in the clubs, different.
Yeah.
You know, radio is much different than clubs.
I mean, I think it has potential to do like mix show stuff. I see the reactions in the club. It does well in
I'm
the
with
clubs. All 3 artists that are on it are, pretty
All
big
on
artists.
the radio.
Huge.
They're all on the radio,
Right.
and I think the beat is banging. So I like my song.
So back up.
Catch it on iTunes right now.
Endorsement.